Hello?
Good morning.
Hi.
Who are you?
Daniel Stocker.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions.
Oh yeah. Come on, what are they? Who's your daddy?
Who is your daddy?
Yeah, I thought so.
Son of a bitch.
Look mate, it's not fun anymore, alright?
But I hope you leave enough room for my fist because I'm going to ram it into your stomach.
So where to for lunch today?
Right.
Same as usual then? So did you meet with girlfriend number 2?
She's not girlfriend, she's just an old friend.
I don't know. It sounds pretty serious if you ask me.
Does it?
Yeah, well, it's been the second time you've seen her in as many days, right?
Look, she's just an old friend. She's going through a bit of a hard time at the moment.
Yeah, I know that. You know that. But does Sonia know about that?
I've told her and she's fine about it. Why wouldn't she be?
Well, did you meet her before or after Sonia?
Before.
Well, that's okay then, because if you met her afterwards, then you can't see her if you want a happy place to come home to every night.
But why does it matter if I've met her before or after?
Well, I don't know, it's just the rules, I suppose. I don't know why.
Alright, Stu. Alright, you coming down the pub tonight?
Yeah, I should be. Gab says he's up for a bit of a guzzle. Have a couple of schooners. Pints actually. Pints, yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I should be. I'll see you later.
Yeah, alright then.
You were going to say schooner.
Look, I get confused sometimes. Hey, Dan,
Yeah?
I'm a bit worried.
Why is that then?
English guys just don't seem to be very, manly these days.
I didn't know that was your cup of tea.
Well, English guys they seem to have no idea about, changing tyres or mowing a lawn, using a hammer, the practical stuff that I grew up with.
Hang on, that's not true.
Do you know how to change a tyre?
Well, no.
My point exactly.
But I can use a hammer.
Yeah, just barely, I bet. But this is men's stuff that guys should really be able to do quite easily. You know what? I blame education. England is too well educated.
That's a really stupid thing to say. How can you blame education for someone's inability to change a tyre?
Well, if you're too busy reading books and studying all the time, how are you going to learn how to do the practical things? And once uni's finished, you can afford to pay someone else to do those small things, can't you? I'm not saying there's no one in England who can change a tyre. I just think some of those small things are an important part of being a man.
I suppose we don't have the opportunity as much as you would in Oz. We don't have the wide open spaces.
There you go. There's your favourite singer of the moment.
I just like his songs. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, let me just stop you right there by saying there is a lot wrong with Justin Timberlake and his music and his dancing and his best fucking mate, Craig David, who's bumming the Timberlakes though with his best mate, what's his name, Iglesias, trying to join in. But he can't because he's got no dick. Powderfinger. Now there's a band. You and I, Custard, yeah.
Who?
They write the best songs.
Well, I like Oasis. They're one of my favourite bands.
Yeah, they're really good, but I mean, how come you like great music and shite music?
You bloody Aussies. You only have about a needle-wide view of music styles.
And you guys don't? You get about 5 good American songs a year that make it into the charts. And I'm not talking about your Destiny's Child or Fiancé.
It's Beyoncé, you fool.
I really don't give a shit in case you didn't notice. The charts here are littered with crappy pop music with quite ordinary looking girls. There is very little taste in what's put out into the mass market.
It happens everywhere in the world. England isn't the only place for bad music. Anyway, who do we have to thank for Rolf Harris, eh?
Well, it's certainly not Australia. We threw him out. He was shit. For some reason you guys loved him and he's made all his money over here. He and Dame Edna have bled the English public dry.
Make some change, please, mate.
That's right, mate.
Go on. Mate, I should be asking you, sorry.
Oh, excuse me, boys. Can you tell me how to get to Leicester Square?
Yeah, you head up, I think you head up north and you get to a pub or a bar maybe. There's a couple of meters left, I think.
Thank you, sir. Much obliged.
No worries, mate. I never thought I'd hear anyone say that again. They're really stupid, aren't they?
You sent him off in the completely the wrong direction, you know.
Oh well. I remember an Aussie asking for directions to Charing Cross.
I bet he hadn't eaten his pasta or yogurt.
Hey look, it's only funny when I tell the jokes, alright?
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, it's funny, this time last year I was asking directions. Now I'm giving them. That was a year ago. Shit, that's gone fast.
I've got to get a standard.
What is the attraction with standards? Why do you get them?
I just like it.
You know, I hope one day they come up with a substitute for bread.
Why?
Well, we've been eating it for centuries, right? Well, why haven't we found anything more interesting to have a sandwich with?
Sounds like a good idea for a film.
I know another good idea for a script. Jim Carrey acquires God's powers and has to save his career and relationship in 1 week.
Isn't that Bruce Almighty?
Yep, and it's shit. It's fucking awful. Quite easily the worst film I've ever seen in years.
So you wouldn't recommend it?
Not unless you enjoy being physically sick at how soppy they try to be in it.
When are we going to make a film?
Oh, I don't know. One day. Why do you want your 17th rewrite of Simple Simon?
It's Somnopolis.
Well, I haven't seen any script, so in my mind it doesn't exist yet.
Well, of course it exists. You just said I'm on the 17th rewrite.
Well, not to me it doesn't. Why can't I see it? How about number 15 or 7? I mean, they can't be that different.
I'll show you when it's finished, okay? Is there any other reason that you were put on this planet other than to have a go at people and all the things in London?
Nope. That's why I'm here, and you've found me out.
If you haven't got anything good to say about London, you should just go home to Oz.
There's not a day goes by I don't think about it.
See, then that's why I just don't get it. Why don't you just go home to your manly men with your changing tyres, with your hammers, and you're covered in custard on the Powdermaker Beach? Why don't you just do that?
It's Powderfinger, right? And you make a very good point, and I don't know, I just might do that.